What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back to the old subscribers. Thank you to everybody sticking it out with me on my channel. I hope everyone's having a good weekend. I'm going to try to start getting July readings done here. What are the messages for you subscribers on this lovely last day of June in 2018? It looks like someone has learned the truth about a situation where they probably were waiting on someone to make a choice, waiting on someone to say something, do something, but I think it just made them sad, or made you sad, because there were just too many people involved in this situation. Someone made a choice to move forward. Someone made a choice to find the victory in the situation, to go after the things that they want. For some people, it's love. For some people, it's a love offer. Maybe somebody has a lot of kids. Maybe somebody I think it took this person a long time to realize, what their definition of love was. Maybe they just now figured out who it is that they love. Because for a long time, this is where someone stood, in two different minds, back and forth, kind of stuck, because there might have been another situation that they were in, and then another situation. But I feel like someone's on the right path. And because you decided to take the right path in your life, you're going to be rewarded. The Wheel of Fortune is going to be turning in your favor. Something caused a major change of direction. You figured out what you wanted to do. You figured out, this is the way I want to go. And it was completely opposite of another direction that you had went before. Now, you might be a little bit stuck in your head. You might have a lot of thoughts about this, like, is this the right decision? Is this what I need to do? A lot of fear surrounds this, but at the end of the day, you're keeping yourself here. You don't have to feel like this. You don't have to even think like this. Some of you are trying to make up your mind either about an earth sign, or maybe this is just you deciding which way to go. Realizing that there were some things that you needed to walk away from to move towards something that you actually wanted to do. And you're being patient, and you are taking your time, because this is something that you've thought a lot about. You've thought about this, and you've been using logic, because you know that this is the way that you want to go now. And along with that, there were some cycles that probably needed to end, some cycles that you thought would never end, because you felt like you've been stuck in the same situation for a long time, in a situation where it was confusing, where there might have been an error of illusion around it, because it's like the person that you focused all of your time on didn't really ever seem to choose you. There's always other people around, and it was like trying to find that balance, trying to make sure that you're paying attention to the right things, choosing the right things. Realizing that for some of you, that your choice has been right in front of your face the entire time. But you just now noticed that this person's been here. Some of you are going through a heartbreak right now. Some of you have a lot of depression right now, because there were other people involved, and you know that someone needed to be let go of the situation, and it makes you really sad. Maybe the person that you chose didn't choose you. And all this person wanted to do was fight about everything. They always were just coming for you. No matter what you did, no matter what you tried, no matter what you said, they were always fighting. Sometimes it was in front of the kids. And you feel bad because you care about this. You care about your kids a lot. You want them to grow up, you want them to do better, you want them to not have to see the parents fighting, or the boyfriend and the mom fighting, or vice versa. You don't want to be fighting with them. You want your children to know that they're loved. And you thought that the best way to do that was to remain in a situation that you probably shouldn't have been in anymore. It's time to move forward with your life. It's time to make sure that your kids know that they're loved. Make sure that whoever has children in their life know that they're loved before you walk away. And to make sure that they know that this isn't what you wanted to do. This is something that you had to do because you didn't want to fight anymore. That sometimes people that have kids together don't stay together because they always fight. They don't get along. They're not meant for each other. But that doesn't mean that the children aren't loved. Because it's time for you to be happy. It's time for you to take that step into something where you know that you're supported, where you know that someone loves you for you, where you're truly happy. Because I think that you know what you want now, and you're not afraid to go for it, even if there are some fights along the way. Maybe there's someone who was trying to get in the way of that, and you're not letting them do that anymore. Because for some of you, this is your twin. This is your soulmate. This is your other half. And this is where you belong. This is who loves you. This is the person that you're in love with. And sometimes that means leaving someone else out in the cold. For some of you, you were left out in the cold by your soulmate because of all the fighting and all the disagreements and just an overall, things didn't work. It didn't work. So someone had to be left out. And this leaves you with this grief and this loss and this feeling like no one really loves you. Or maybe this is the person that someone had left feels this way. God's got you though. God never leaves. And just because you feel like people don't love you doesn't mean that you're not loved. Because you are. Some of you have a soulmate that's really relevant to the situation. Some of you weren't loved very well by someone that you considered your soulmate, someone you grew up with, someone you have a lot of memories with, someone that you care a lot about. Someone that you want to set another chance with. Maybe someone that you tried to have another chance with. But it ended really badly. And it took a really big piece out of yourself. Because that's how much betrayal, that's how much hurt, that's how much... It's just done. It's just a horrible ending that is at the completion. And you had to make that choice for yourself. Someone that you probably put a lot of time into. Someone that you waited for. Someone you tried to be patient with. For some of you, there is a wish come true here. Someone who wants to put the time in with you. But you find yourself either defending yourself, or maybe this other person doesn't know if they want to fight for this anymore. Because you're being self-defensive, or they are. Because there was always other people involved in this situation. And I think that it's time for someone to speak their truth. Someone needs to tell the truth about this. You want to tell the truth. Maybe you just recently did speak your truth to someone. And in doing that, you're balancing out your emotions. You're bringing yourself back into your full power and having some peace, knowing that you finally told the truth. And now some of you have a new person coming in to offer you love, or maybe you are going to be going to offer your love to someone else. Someone that cares a lot about you, someone that's been very loyal to you, someone who's always been in your corner. Someone that you know has been a big part of your life. Someone that you want to have a reunion with, someone you want this stable relationship. Someone you have a lot of fun with, someone that you feel like you're a kid again when you're with them because it's innocent and it's fun and there is no fighting. Some of you had to walk away from someone. Some of you betrayed someone. Maybe you feel like someone is going to betray you. Or maybe some of you went back to offer a relationship to someone just for it to end badly again. So now you're closed off. You're not talking about your feelings. You're trying to stabilize yourself, maybe trying to work on getting your finances together. So some of you are kind of pulling away. Some of you are emotionally stable to a point, but you do know that there's things that you need to pull away from in your life. So you're pushing people out. Trying to spend some time by yourself so you don't get to the point where you're super stressed. You just want to spend some time by yourself because it's easier to push people away than it is to ever let them close. Someone you possibly were in a commitment with, someone that you are in a commitment with, someone you had to walk away from. Something you had to walk away from. So you're tired of fighting. Constantly fighting. It's always about rivalry. It was always a fight about something. It didn't matter what it was always a fight. And it's almost like they were there on purpose just to cause drama into your life because they weren't happy with their own life. They don't want you to be happy with anybody else but them, even though they're not happy with you either. I think it's about putting some time into yourself, putting some time into a situation, maybe learning a new way. Some of you did try to learn a new way. Some of you did put a lot into this and you never really saw it get anywhere beyond this. And now you're like, should I just be single? Should I just be by myself? Because I'm tired of fighting with people. I'm tired of being stressed. I'm tired of carrying everything on my own. Some of you guys need help. You need to ask for help, but you don't. Maybe it's about learning a new way to handle the stress that you have in your life. Because you don't really want to make this decision. Neither one of you really wanted to make this decision because it's easier not to, but it's a head over heart decision. And some of you are a little bit too stuck in your ways. You only see things one way. So you're stubborn and you don't want to make a choice. You want to sit there on the tightrope, walking the green mile. How's that going? I think it's important to understand that you can be stuck in your ways about some things. There's just parts of you that are always going to be that way. But at the same time, if you're going to be with another person, you do need to compromise, you do need to communicate, and you do need to try to understand the other person, where they're coming from, and not just thinking that everything is about you and it's only going to go this way. This might be why you had to walk away from someone else in your life, because this is how they were to you, even though you did try to work with them, you did try to compromise, you did try to give them things. It wasn't good enough. So I think that some of you are going to take a new path towards something that you're passionate about, something that makes you happy. And that means actually taking the leap of faith, being vulnerable, opening yourself up, going towards something that you know that you want, instead of running away from your feelings that you've had bottled up in this cage for probably 8 years, right or wrong. Because you guys are really attracted to someone who is kind of her own independent kind of boss bitch, you know, someone who gets what she wants. Someone who's going to give you an equal give and take, where it's not just going to be one-sided, it's going to be equal on both sides. Responsibilities are shared on both sides. Whereas before, you were the one that was doing all this on your own. So it left you just disconnected with your feelings. You just rather put yourself in a bubble and cry by yourself and let nobody know or nobody see you because you're just not happy. Someone that you thought would make you happy always had other people. And it was either another person or it was just feeling like you regret this. So you'd rather just stay in this spot where you're stable, but you're not happy. Some of you are going to be going in towards someone. Some of you might have a fire sign coming in for you. Someone where there's passion here. Someone you really care about. Because some of you do have a spiritual connection with someone. Something that isn't really heard, but it's seen, it's understood. You don't have to wear a mask anymore. You don't have to pretend to feel a certain way or make it look a certain way. It is what it is. It's about taking the mask off and letting someone get to know you for who you are. Letting them love you and accept you on the level that you are. Where you're at. Not where you pretend to be. And this tower had to come in for a reason because you weren't making a decision. You weren't changing shit about anything, so this tower had to come in and wipe out all the shit that needed to go a long time ago. And that's what the universe is going to continue to do until you do the right thing, until you go on the right path. And let me tell you, karma's coming in for people that are meant to be on a different path. Maybe the way that you grew up, the way you learned how to do things, the reason that you are the way that you are, isn't going to be the way that you are going to have to, isn't going to be how you should be the rest of your life. Maybe it's about learning a lesson. Maybe it's about learning things in a new way, doing things in a new way. Maybe our ideas of a commitment, our ideas of a marriage are completely fucked up. And we needed to learn that lesson. Because some of us have been waiting for another person for a very long time. And not only are you waiting for this person, they've been waiting for you too. But you just haven't made a choice. It's like you're not even connected with that part of your brain where you can make a logical choice. You're just always juggling things. Always back and forth. Always juggling. It's time to stand in your full power and be grounded and realize that you're going to move forward one way or the other. Let go of this fear and this doubt and whatever toxic thoughts and behaviors that are here. Because all it's doing is causing you major mental health problems. And this is something you already know. Someone that you've tried to work with a lot is standing in the way of something that you actually want. They've been in your ear, they've been on top of you, they've been clinging on to you to the point where you don't even want to listen to them anymore, they're just there. Be careful of who you listen to. Because some of you want to try something new. You will be trying something new, renewing the right things, healing from some things. Because it's been in self-reflection that you've understood that there's things that have been there the whole time that you never noticed. You're starting to realize more things about yourself, more things about your life, more things about your surroundings. Maybe you haven't spoken up about it, but you've noticed. And it's time for people to be cut out. Some people don't need to be in your life anymore. Some people need to hear about themselves. And it's time to communicate with someone, whether it's with your guides, whether it's with another person. There needs to be a conversation about this. Maybe there was a conversation about this. So it left you in kind of this dream state about, what do I really want to do now? Kind of been twirling around by yourself with your own ideas in your head, but you have yet to make the decision to move forward. Some things needed to go, some things needed to be taken away, some things needed to be completely transformed so they could come back in a better way. Someone does care a lot about you. Someone's very intuitive. Someone knows a lot of things, but they still care. It's time to level out the playing field. Weigh things up. And if it's not even, then making the choice to leave it alone. Because some people are only about themselves. And some people have an idea of what they want now. Some people are very much in love with another person. That's equal partnership and love and balance and power and compassion. Somewhere there is growth and expansion. Someone who is very powerful, standing in her power. Someone you're scared of. You do have the strength to get over anything that you need to get over in your life. And it is time to make that step over this bullshit and move forward. Instead of being closed off by yourself in your room, trying to be stable in your thoughts, but not really doing much else. Some of you are really afraid to talk about how you feel. So this other person always thinks that you're lying. But I think that you just don't know how to communicate how you really feel. You rather keep it to yourself. Because that's how you think that you need to handle things. Some of you guys are having a wish come true. It's up to you if you take it or not. But in order for this to come in, some other shit has to go. That is my message for everybody today. Have a good day, everyone.